everybody. Good morning. It's June 3rd, 2025. It's Tuesday. Thanks for joining. Random is here. Random, I know that song. I really like that song when I'm driving down the road. I don't know. I wouldn't consider it my favorite happy song, but it's definitely a good song when you're dealing with traffic. There's Plane again. How's it going? Good morning. We're doing all right. I got my cup of coffee. I got you guys. Robert wanted to be outside this morning. He shredded yesterday's topics. So he wants to go out. He loves the pet door. Huge success there. One thing he did actually use, unlike the little raised bed I made from digging, but 3 o'clock in the morning, he was barking and carrying on about something, just making all kinds of noise in the backyard. I had to go out there with a flashlight. He must have heard or thought he saw something. He was totally freaking out. I had to leave the back porch light on for him to calm down. I didn't want him waking all the neighbors. He normally doesn't bark at all, but he obviously seen or heard something he didn't like. But yeah, all the same. There's Terry. Good morning, Terry. Yo. Oh man, it's National Egg Day. How ironic, right? With everybody, I don't know. Are people still freaking out about the price of eggs? I think that's finally died down. I know that there was one town here in the Atlanta area, Georgia, they had to pass a city ordinance limiting how many chickens you could have at your house in the city limits, because eggs were expensive, so people went and got chickens, have their own eggs. But you got to build a coop, you got to get the chickens, you got to feed them, you got to, all the stuff. There's maintenance involved. Buying a dozen eggs is still a lot cheaper than trying to own and maintain your own chickens. So, traffic's heavy. Oh man. No one's panicking. That's good. That's good. But it's like if a car's too expensive, you decide to start building one in your backyard. It doesn't make sense. It's still just cheaper to go buy a dozen eggs than it is to try to produce your own or manufacture your own of anything that's too expensive. Only eggs, right? But it's National Egg Day, so enjoy an egg. Oh, we got to ask Johnny about that. He's the one that has to keep them in control. So, yeah. But anyway, there's Wesley. There was an earthquake in Turkey, where Istanbul is. Sent her a message asking if she was all right and everything. Maybe she'll join us here in a little bit. But it was like a magnitude 5. I'm sure she's okay. And unfortunately, we didn't get to raise really any money for her cause to help kids that are displaced because of war with educational stuff. Really didn't get any donations. If you still want to do that, we can definitely give those to her so she can buy supplies, a laptop for the kids, and school supplies and things like that. So it was a 6.2 earthquake. That's pretty big. Pretty big. I take that back. I experienced an earthquake once here in Georgia, but it actually took place in like South Carolina or something like that, and I felt it here. But I was playing on the computer, and it was just this little shaky rumble thing, very light, but enough to be noticed. I had no clue what the hell's going on. It only lasted a couple seconds, but I couldn't imagine being part of a 6.2 earthquake. That would be insane. Or any actual earthquake, not just tremors from a distance, It's going all right. Got my coffee and everything. Got you guys. Been in 3. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. The whole, ground just shaking beneath your feet. And you wonder why, we hear these stories about superstitions, hundreds or thousands of years ago, people were being superstitious about events happening, earthquakes, volcanoes, hurricanes, and all this different stuff happening, and they thought, you know, the world was mad at them for doing bad things. And when I feel an earthquake, using that little tremor, I was like, what did I do? What was that? Did I do that? Instantly, I thought it was my fault. So you're near the fault line, and hey, random, your mug was in Melbourne, Australia yesterday. So I sent you a message on Discord about that. You should be getting it in the next few days, I would assume. I hear the flap. Robert is on his way here. I bet he does. I thought that was Ray when he passed gas. Oh gosh, here comes Robert. Oh no, your paws are wet. Don't get me all dirty, buddy, please. Nope. Nope. I gotta put the arm up. No, not my coffee. Stop it. All right, chill. Down, heel. Oh my gosh, this dog is insane. You okay? I know, but your paws are wet. It's not, it's just the morning dew. I know. It's okay. Calm down. I gave you, look at this guy. Stealing the show. He's just a good boy. He's a crazy good boy. I know. He's a good dog. Just like, you know, I got to wear this to work. And I really don't want to change shirts. But it was just, it's not mud. It's just the morning dew off the grass on his feet. Oh, man. Did you, speaking about earthquakes and things like that, did you guys hear about that story where that village got completely wiped out by this huge mudslide thing? You see those picturesque landscapes of this little village tucked in next to these hills, these little cottages, and it's just this serene oasis of beauty and everything. Well, it got completely wiped out by a giant mudslide, and there's video of it just taking out this whole town. Somehow they knew to evacuate the thing like a couple weeks prior, maybe even a month prior to it happening. So they knew, hey, your town's about to get wiped out. You might want to leave. Nope, I think there's one person went missing. So you get so much quicker than I can get stuff across the ocean. But yeah, it totally wiped out this whole this little village. And but you know, kudos to them for saying, you know what, you guys need to leave. That mountain's about to fall apart, or whatever the case may be, and they all left. So that was in Switzerland. In Switzerland, Wreck-It Robert. There you go. That's I just Wreck-It Robert. Yeah, it was crazy to see all that coming down, just sliding down and just caking and covering, wiping everything out, you know. And just like I said again, you know, they had the foresight to evacuate the area first, so that was really good. You know, here in the States though, there'd be some I'm born here, raised my kids here, I'm gonna die here, damn it, I'm not going anywhere. And then you'd have a dozen old man Jenkins down there refuse to leave their houses, get covered up by mud and dirt. So that's probably how. But in Switzerland, they're like, okay, we'll go. I don't know how to do a Switzerland accent, but yeah. And then my uncle here, my son, my grandson, he's gonna video it and put it on the interwebs. But yeah, that would be. I'm not leaving. I'm not done with chicken coop. I just got these chickens all wrapped up and ready to go, and I'm not leaving now. Hey, there's Ramesh. Good morning for me, evening for you, Ramesh and Aaron. Hey, what's our forecast for today? Is it going to be a good day today? If that news story was more popular, I could have done a WTF news on that. Or with one guy who refuses to leave the town. Hell no, I ain't going no damn where. Ramesh says it's a 10 out of 10. Best day ever. Ever. It's like, yeah. A lot of rain, still 8 out of 10. That's good. That's good. So it's going to be a good day today. Tuesday's going to be a good day. That's awesome. Are you good? Are you good? Yeah. Oh. Oh. All right. Do you hear this guy? Need to move closer to civilization there, random. Out there in the middle of no dang where. He's a good dog. He is. He's a good dog indeed. Tomorrow, I'm taking off work because they're putting the roof. They're replacing the roof on this house, and I know it's going to be an excessive amount of noise and chaos. And Robert doesn't like strangers, and I couldn't just be at work and leave him in the backyard with a bunch of people on the house ripping it apart and putting it back together. I know he'd be freaking out. So tomorrow, I'm contemplating taking him for a hike again down at the park. We're going to have to spend most of the day away from home. So, to set his mind at ease. So it's going to be a little local road trip for Robert while they do the shingles and stuff on the house. You're going to eat him for lunch. He would probably he would bark himself to death for probably about an hour. And then finally he'd sit off in the back corner of the fenced yard and just stare at him. So, yeah, I don't want to put him through all that. Don't want to put him on through that. He walked away. He's like, I don't know a bunch of people here. It's all good, buddy. We're going to go for a trip tomorrow. He must have misunderstood me. He's out there in the hallway with his ears down, looking around like, what did I do? You didn't do anything wrong, buddy. Now, Random was the only one that listed this song as his favorite happy song. Nobody else has a happy song? You're getting a new job because of us? Oh, because of us, your communication is better, and it's helped you get a job. Well, congratulations, Ramesh. All right, man. Well, I'm glad we inadvertently helped you. Is this going to be a good thing for Ramesh? Oh, nope. Most likely. There you go. So, hey, yeah. Don't worry, be happy. That's a good one, too. Yeah. The iconic song, Don't Worry, Be Happy. I know this is great. That's awesome. Good news. That is good news. And I was reading some other little articles. Everybody knows the ice is melting in the Arctic. It's the end of the world. So this nonprofit was trying an idea out. Evidently, I can't remember exactly where he was from, some European country, where they take these, or maybe Canada, either way. They had these trucks that will pump water, cold water onto the surface for it to freeze and create ice rinks. And they got to thinking, well, if we're losing ice in the Arctic, why don't we do the same thing up there? So they took these trucks up there and they're pumping seawater and basically just spraying it on top of all the ice, creating more ice. And they said it had positive results so far. So there you go. We're going to burn fuel to pump ice onto the pump water on the ice that we're melting from burning fuel. Yeah, Uncle Terry can take him to Vegas. That's awesome, man. Yeah, we're here to help each other out. That's what they're doing, Random. I didn't look up the science behind it all. That was just the story that I read. They're pumping seawater on top of the ice. I didn't even think about the salt content. I put salt on the driveway to melt ice. So yeah, that's probably not going to, in my simple knowledge of water and ice ratios and freezing temperatures, that may not work. It's in the, go to the Good News Network website and the article's in there. I just briefly scanned through the article and it said they were pumping seawater. I don't know. And it would have to be a desalination plant to extract all the salt. I don't know. I'm overthinking it. More power to them, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, you're probably right. I don't know. I don't know. It's like, here's another little fun fact on this day in history. Major Edward White II is the first American to walk in space in 1965. 120 miles above the Earth. Now, Russia beat us to this. The Soviet Union beat us. They had their cosmonaut up there in March 18th, and it took us till June 3rd to do the same thing. So, they were the first one to put a satellite in space and the first one to have a man walk in space. So, and then we get all the credit for dominating. But Russia was not a force to play around with. They were getting up there too. Voice chatting, not typing. That's what Terry does. Yeah. He's got swollen lips from the lot lizards. All right, do that. Do that. I'm fascinated by this type of stuff too. Like the Voyager thing. I know I've talked about it a million times. It's traveling. It's out there. It's been doing it for 50 years. How did they come to the conclusion, or what processes did they take to know to do certain things for it to be safe for him to float around out there? I don't know. That's where my intelligence stops right there. I don't know. Doing a lot of kissing in Vegas. Now you can't talk straight. You got to watch out for him. I overthink things too much. But yeah, he had a 25-foot tether, and he had a handheld oxygen jet propulsion gun to get himself to move around. So he basically had this little thing. He's like to get himself around. I don't know if he was doing that or not, but yeah. The space, they're doing all the mathematics behind it. But at what point, I'm sure there was some process of events where some guy was like, I did this, and I know for a fact that if you go in space, you're going to float around aimlessly. See? And they're like, yeah, right, whatever. You're just going to float around out there? I mean, I call it a water. It was a water gun. He had a super soaker up there. He's like, knocking himself around out there. Yeah. Yeah, you got to keep yours in your stretchy britches there, Terry. That's all the stories I have to tell today. I've already burned through them. We're only 18 minutes in. Now we can just make fun of Terry. He said traffic is not that great, but you guys said today is going to be a 10 out of 10 or 8 out of 10. So that's good for forecasting anyway. Here comes Robert. Stretch! Please don't knock this little table over. It's got my coffee on it. Come up here. Come on. My 80-pound lap dog. Oh. Thank you. I needed that. I have a lint roller so I can get the fur off of me. I've been brushing him every day. We finally got a lot of that excess fur off of him. Now when I brush him, I don't get much excess hair anymore. So that's good. But, man, it took a couple weeks to get all that winter coat out of him. Especially around his neck. He's got like this mane, the lion's mane around his neck, and it's just full of fur. It's thick. He wants to go play. What is it, buddy? When I get done with this, we'll go out and play for a minute before I go to work. Does that sound good? I don't understand the concept of time. No, please. Oh gosh, he gets underneath this table. It's just a little coffee. It's not even a coffee stand. It's like a TV dinner tray that I use for a table here. It has no stability at all, and he wants to bump into it. The one good thing about the pet door, though, he didn't stand there next to my face and whimper at me first thing in the morning to wake me up. He was able to just go outside and do what he needed to do. See, look, he's holding my hand. You gonna take me outside? Nope. Oh, Ben. Yeah. You guys can barely see him in the camera. Mosquitoes are hellish out there, too. Yesterday, I got bitten by stuff. And I have, like, this adverse reaction to mosquito bites. I don't have just a little bump. It's like this whole 2-inch rash thing pops up on every mosquito bite. So I was researching plants that I can put in the yard that deter mosquitoes. You can't really repel them. But they say like spearmint, lavender, lemongrass, are a few things that you can plant around. Yeah. Oh, he's in and out of it all the time now. And then when I check the camera, while I'm at work, he's sitting inside where it's cool on his bed. And if he needs to go out or wants to, he can just roll out there and do his thing. I've seen those stickers you're talking about. Citronella plants too. You can buy those in a pot at the store. But they want like $15 for them. I can get a pack of seeds for $9 and it has like 5,000 seeds in it. It's going to take a little time to grow them, but it shouldn't be that bad. I may have to work on that a little bit and grow my own citronella. It's a perennial, so it'll keep coming back every year. I don't have to keep replanting it. I might have to really analyze. This is something I need to overthink and figure out how I'm going to stop mosquitoes. Do I need to put them in like raised beds or in pots up in the air so the breeze blows the scent around more? Or can I have them on the ground because I have a privacy fence and the wind isn't going to catch it? I don't know. See? I got to do all this analysis now. And plant it strategically around the yard. It's gonna smell like a pack of chewing gum. We did spearmint in one of the gardens at the other house, and that's like a weed. It just started popping up everywhere. It was leaving the raised bed, getting out into the yard, and it smelled great. But it would spread out to the ground and start popping up everywhere. If I did it on the other side of the fence, I wouldn't have to. I don't know. I have to figure it out. But once you plant it, it's almost impossible to get rid of. So it's kind of leery about doing spearmint. Winter, yeah. Just start my own citronella plant. Not a bad idea. Have my own little garden in the background. Put them in little pots and sell them out in the front yard, people. Here's your citronella plants. Get rid of mosquitoes. I don't know if that'd be a little overkill, Ramesh, to get Johnny's pew-pew. Where is Johnny? He's not even on here. They do have these salt guns. And you put rock salt inside this little plastic Nerf gun looking thing. And you can blast salt at bugs and kill them. It's a thing they sell at the store. And so, it's mainly for like flies and stuff. Mosquitoes are so damn small. At least here they are. Oh. Yeah. Bug assault. Yeah, that's it. Bug assault. So you got them there too. Just zapping. I've never bought one. I thought it was kind of ridiculous. I like the tennis racket bug zapper thing. You see those as the double mesh inside there, and you can swat stuff with this little tennis racket looking thing, and it'll zap them. It's got a battery in the handle. Just sit there and just keep waving that thing. Bzz, 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 bzz. I don't know. So I have to douse myself in bug spray, which is not fun either. It goes back to my argument. If they can give your cats and dogs pills where they don't have mosquitoes, fleas, and ticks, why not humans? Just saying. Wow. They ride the elevators and go to the top of buildings and still bite people, mosquitoes. Is there something in this elevator? Everybody start using the stairs. Mosquitoes are getting to the top, damn it. That would be kind of creepy if the mosquitoes were smart enough to like, all right, guys, the elevator's about to open. Let's go in. There's fresh blood up top. But, yeah. And then there's all these little gimmicks and gadgets that claim to catch and kill all these mosquitoes, but I don't know. And then maybe frying bologna will get rid of them. Yeah. Smoke gets rid of them, but I don't want to like have the whole yard covered in smoke. You know? Oh, it's sweeter at higher elevations. Okay. You see, the skaters sounded like Chinook helicopters. What? Terry's off in left field with his comments. Skeeters. Okay. I was like, what kind of punk skaters you got in your neighborhood? Yeah. Yeah, Chinook helicopters. It has a very distinct sound, the Chinook helicopter. Blackhawks, too, they have a very distinct sound. And I hear them flying over sometimes. It catches me off guard. The only fond memory I have of a Chinook is, yeah, his voice to chat, not working today. The only positive experience that I remember, well, I wouldn't say the only, but the most memorable experience flying a Chinook is when I left Iraq for the first time to go home after my first tour. So in 2005, and the cloak of night, we had these little infrared type things on the ground so the helicopter would know where to land. We had so many seconds to grab our gear, get on the Chinooks before they took off again, because they had to avoid rocket fire and gunfire when they came in and they left. But the back hatch was open, machine gunner sitting on the back hatch, and I got to see what was my home for a year fade off into the distance. So that was pretty cool. And then they flew as close to the ground as they could, and every once in a while they had to go up and then come back down because of either trees or power lines or something like that along the route back to a safe zone where we could unload and go home. So yeah, I've been in a few helicopters. Been in Blackhawks a few times, Chinooks a few times. Been in C-130s, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, very distinct sound, and and there's a joke in the Army is like if the Chinook's not leaking fluid, you should be worried, because if it's not leaking, it means it's out. Because the hydraulic fluid and stuff, there would be like some seals and stuff. I don't know how much money is spent in developing these helicopters and have them built just for them to leak hydraulic fluid. You know, yeah, America. So great engineering there. You think they would find a patch for that? Use some flex tape or something like that. Just wrapping stuff up in this commercial goop to stop leaks, whatever. Anyway, it's almost 7:30. About time to call it quits. This dog of mine wants to go play with his ball in the backyard for a few minutes. But it's going to be a good day today. Our fortune tellers told us so. Terry said traffic's kind of mediocre. And the mosquitoes are in full effect. Oh, A10 Warthog. Look, there's some, yeah, we can go on about that type of stuff for hours. But anyway, it's time to sign off. But I'm glad you guys hung out with me today. I hope everybody has a great, awesome day. And I'll see you guys maybe this evening, maybe tomorrow. I don't know. Bye.